overarching standpoint, let's explore that reshuffling, of the NNPCL board, and then the reappointment or the appointment of a new JMD CEO for NNPC, as we bring in the CEO, Mountains Energy Solutions Limited, Dr. Olusegun Okedoye. Good to have you join us in the studio.
Thank you so much.
So this is your sector, and yes. I mean, Mele Kyari has been there for a really long time. He served President Buhari and then also served President Tinubu. I want us to start with him before we even move to this new team. Okay. When you look at where he's picked up from and now, how would you say his impact in the oil sector, sort of panned out? Yeah.
The former group's chief executive officer has actually served the nations, and he served very well in his own capacity. Be that as may, he faced a lot of challenges with our refinery down for decades, and non-investment in the upstream sector of the economy, plus economic downturn, the oil glut, the recession. 2 recessions happened during his time. But by and large, we were able to come out of it, and then the transition to the new government of President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And then you can see the systematic way the current president give enough room and marching orders to deliver to a reasonable extent before he bows out. And today, he was able to operate the refinery in Port Harcourt for 18 months, non-breaking, which to me, he has done his bit. So we need to take it off from there to a higher level.
So some would say, look, the terms of reference for everyone is different. His own KPI is quite different from what the new team have been asked to do. But I also wanted to ask, because one of the things that people have issues with is the issue of transparency with an operational efficiency within that sector. Exactly. But he was the first to publish the audited earning on earnings of the NNPCL, for a really long time. Yes. Would you say in terms of transparency, we have sort of moved from that place under him to, from that place where everybody thinks that the oil sector is quite opaque, the more you look, the less you see, to a place where, things are probably a bit more transparent now?
Yeah, you are right, because preceding the time he came on board, no time that you see NNPC giving us a report of their account. In his time, he was able to transit to limited. That's giving a bit of transparency to the business as it was being run before. Nobody asked questions before. But in this present regime, he was able to translate to limited that we need to give report to the board. And so in his time, he is able to move a little bit of milestone to the opaque, the NNPC. It was completely opaque in the time past, because with many people's opinion says is a patronage entity for government in power. If we have to see through transparency and versatility of NNPC, this is the way to go. You must be transparent, you must be accountable to the nation and to the investor. And that's what I see he has started doing. So I think the new board now need to move it further and completely limited, completely free from encumbrances of government interference.
I mean, what would you say, before we now move to the new board, what would you say was or will be his greatest legacy?
Yeah, good. For me, it will be that one completely dead refinery was revived during his time. And also, he is the first chief executive to have translated from government corporation to limited liability.
That's the implementation of the PIA.
Of PIA.